We're on the record in 4 cases, the first being case 26CV0128, the case of Bonnie Welsh versus Anthony Johnson. Second being case 26CV0129, the case of Michelle Mostaller versus Anthony Johnson. Case 26CV0130, the case of Kevin Myers versus Anthony Johnson. And case 26CV0131, the case of Allison McClare versus Anthony Johnson. We're here today for final hearings in each of those cases, all of them being petitions for civil stalking protection order that were filed with this court on June 8, 2026, each of them having an ex parte order granted in their cases. Thus the expedited hearing that was set for today. Present in the courtroom we have Bonnie Welsh, and we also have Michelle Mostaller. Am I getting it wrong again? Mostaller, I'm sorry. And not present in the 130 case is Kevin Myers. We also have present Allison McClare. Respondent is not present, however, the court does have record that he was served a copy of the petition, the warning, the ex parte order notifying him of the time and place of today's hearing, and was done so on June 10th by the Athens County Sheriff's Department through residential service. Service was perfected in the 128 case, in the 129 case on the same day, in the 130 case on the same day, and on the 131 case on the same day. There being no written communication whatsoever from Mr. Anthony, as the court speaks to his docket, no request for continuance or any filings whatsoever from Mr. Johnson, and since he has been served pursuant to a higher rule, I'm going to make a finding that we can proceed today without him present. Just for simplicity, I'm going to ask all 3 of you to raise your right hands for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. All right, and just so that we're clear on the record, we do have a couple of people in the back observing today. Can I get your name, sir?
J.R. Malott.
J.R. Malott.
M-E-L-L-O-T-T.
M-E-L-L-O-T-T, okay.
Kurt Fankhauser.
Neither of you are going to testify as witnesses today, is that correct?
Not necessarily. I got some opinions on the matter. He's my nephew, so I'll
Okay.
give you some insight.
I'm not calling him.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we also have present in the courtroom Attorney Brandon Gobrecht, who is representing all petitioners in these matters. So Mr. Gobrecht, we will start with you, allow you to proceed. I'm assuming nobody has any objections to hearing all of these cases at the same time.
No, it's fine.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, just for,
At this point, given the fact that the respondent has failed to appear, we would move for a default based on the pleadings submitted.
okay, well, in terms of an answer or anything with regard to filings on a CPO case, there's really not one required, nor would there be a time frame for 28 days to respond whatsoever, but I understand we'll go forward without him present. Just allow you to put your evidence on. Okay.
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 In that case, I would like to call Allison McClare.
Ma'am, you can just sit right there.
Okay.
Okay. Remind you, I already swore you in, so you are under oath. Mr. Gobrecht, you may proceed.
All right, thank you. Could you please state your name,
Allison McClare,
and can you spell your last name for the record?
L-E-C-L-A-I-R.
And can you tell me about what your position is at the City of Bucyrus?
I am Ward 2 representative on Bucyrus City Council.
And what do you do?
I attend the meetings, and I am the chair of the Economic Development Committee, and I vote on matters that are necessary.
Okay. Now, specifically with Anthony Johnson, how did you become aware that this individual existed?
Someone had sent me a message showing me a screenshot of one of the many posts on Facebook that had some threats towards city council members.
Now, tell me about those threats.
The posts were very off the wall. However, there were a few specific ones that mentioned specifically the woman on council, and I am the only woman on council, so I was immediately concerned. I have written some down. I can read them if you would like.
Permission discussion?
Okay.
Ready to go?
The first one that he had posted that concerned me, it said, quote, "Pedos on Bucyrus City Council, especially the woman, might be best you leave. We ain't letting another Maxwell live after raping kids. You still get fucked up, but down the road." And the other one, I took a chunk out of a long post.
Now, hold on just a
Okay.
second.
And yeah, you should have that.
I'm gonna show you what is being marked as respondents exhibit, or petitioners exhibit A. Does that look like the post that you saw?
Correct.
And could you identify who posted that?
Anthony Johnson.
All right. Continue, please.
All right. And then there was another post that I shortened the part about the woman again, and it just said, "We ask that you watch The Big Lebowski with your kids or Robin Hood. Thanks. Let them now. Allegedly, the councilwoman is like the Jesus. If we verified it, she would have been lost in the woods or out playing puzzles with Uncle Tony."
Now, do you know who Uncle Tony is?
I do not.
Do you have any idea what he was talking about at that point?
I do not.
Would
But
you care to speculate?
I don't know if it was something mob related about taking somebody out to the woods and leaving their body. I kind of took it as that, but the thoughts are jumbled in the post.
All right, do you have anything else?
That is all I wrote down, other than just in general concern, alleging that I'm a pedophile. I work with kids for my job, so that's concerning, because I would never do anything like that. And he repeatedly said that we are all pedophiles in all of his posts.
Correct. I'm gonna show you what's gonna be marked as state's exhibit, or, petitioner's exhibit B.
Okay,
Can you tell me who posted that?
Anthony Johnson,
And would you please read this,
all of it?
all of it out?
All right. You know what 500,000 of crack and 300 grams can do to help open a pool library, faggot pedophiles? Y'all loser dims. Getting trash crack. Also, sometimes we pay to watch you smoke kitty litter, dim losers. Team hybrid. Count my money, fucking faggot, ass pussy, city council. Best bend at the knee, kiddos. Don't laugh. Tara said, "I don't get my electric forest VIP ticket since I let pedos live in Bucyrus." All right, faggots of Bucyrus City Council, you need to play a video of the names of all the pedos. Uncle, do you know what that word is?
No, I do not.
Whatever.
Can you spell it?
Okay, Uncle KTUNAXA, horseman pedophile killer, ain't giving you Christmas presents and is gonna tell you it was the gay Alada that stole them, little fuckers. Uncle Tony came to lay with those Michigan heathen. I'd eliminate your whole village to see Tara smile, so what do I do if we don't dance this year? Cause you losers on Bucyrus City Council, bunch of pedos, especially the Democrat woman. We know what you did, pedo councilwoman. We don't care, but we know pedo. What they mean is all yo pedos don't leave women who ain't got kids and fear no man will castrate ya and leave you to bleed out, pussy faggot Democrats. You might wanna listen. The kids eat before you, loser councilwoman and men, better Democrats. On the Bucyrus weak bearded, no eagle having ass faggot pedophile can't even keep a president cause he supposedly raped kids and took it up the ass at band camp. Likely that faggot snuff skull might not have been him with that fibbing, but that old man that said it, I wish to have a word in 3 weeks. Let me know. I am well aware of pedos in your family guy. We stack pedos, loser.
Now, how did that post make you feel when you read it?
Uncomfortable, and
And why is that?
because he's, threatening specifically the woman, but obviously other people too, but it just made me uncomfortable. I mean, I have a daughter, I have a husband, and, my address is on the city website, my phone number, like, he knows he can find where I live.
So it's fair to say that you were very stressed out
Yeah, very,
and in fear of your safety.
for sure, 100%.
Now, my last question for you is gonna be, were all of these posted on the same day? Was it
No.
over multiple days?
It was over after going to his Facebook page that has now been deactivated. It was over probably a course of a week. going back through.
Okay.
From when to when?
Oh, so I don't have a calendar in front of me. Let's see, the original, we filed on what, the 8th? So I believe it was June 1st that I was made aware of it, so it probably would have been, I would say, probably May 26th through June 7th. Somewhere in there is when.
So yeah, over multiple days.
Oh, for sure, yeah, over a course of at least a week, multiple posts, and resharing the same posts.
Does this gentleman's post make you feel hesitant to go to city council and do your job?
Yeah, I feel as though I'm watching over my shoulder every time I leave the house. Yeah, out at the store, going to work, yeah.
No further question, Your Honor, for this witness.
Okay. Next witness?
I would like to call Michelle Mostaller and ask pretty much the same kind of questions.
If you wouldn't mind, do you mind switching seats real
By
quick?
all
Just
means.
it might just be easier to be recorded by the microphone there.
You need not.
Just a reminder again, ma'am, I swore you in, you're already under oath.
So, could you please state your name for the record?
Michelle Mostaller,
And could you spell the last name?
Mostoller.
And can you tell me a little bit about what you do at the city of Bucyrus?
Council clerk in the city hall.
And what is your job for that?
What duties I do? I do the agendas, I create the agendas, get legislation ready to go, do the minutes, do permit records, just whatever that they need from council.
Now, you heard me question Allison here, and you're following along. If I were to ask you those questions again, would you have the same kind of answers?
Oh, my documents, yes.
Okay. Now, specifically when we get to city council, where do you sit for city council?
I sat front and center.
Now, you're not,
Next to the president.
now you're not on city council,
No.
but you're up there with the city council, correct?
Correct. I'm a non-voting
All right.
employee.
Can you tell me how you became aware of Anthony Johnson?
On Thursday, June 4th, I was in the office early, and a gentleman came into my office. I got up, at first I got up to go greet him, and he started talking to me, and I wasn't sure what he was needing. He kept talking about a boxing, and I was trying to associate with what he was talking about, so I was like, a boxing permit? And yeah, I mean, he said yes. During the conversation, sorry, I have this wrote down. During the conversation, when he was talking with me, I could tell he was his sentences didn't run together, he didn't make a lot of sense. So it made me a little uncomfortable, so I just put myself back behind my desk so that I would be, have a little more space between the two of us. He had told me that in Nelsonville, Ohio, they kicked out the council and pushed them out and created their own council. And, you know, he was giving me talking about some of the examples of the council there. And at that point, I wasn't sure what exactly to tell him, so I was just like, you know, I'm sorry you've had a bad experience with council. And he said that he wasn't angry at me because I was a Madonna, and I wasn't real sure, so he was talking to me still in broken up sentences a little bit, and so I let him know that he needed to go to the zoning and engineer office to get a permit. At that point, I was trying to get him out of my office, and he talked to me for just a few seconds more, and he started to leave. He comes back, he throws his hand in the air and tells me he blesses me by the hand of God. So that was my first experience. I tried to call over to the zoning office to just let them be aware he was coming, but they were already helping him at that time.
I said that was your first experience. Were there any others?
Bonnie and I had shared our conversation, some of our conversation together afterwards, and he had left City Hall. He had been taking pictures upstairs of the offices, and he left City Hall. Well, I'm assuming he left City Hall, and then on Sunday, it would have been June, the Sunday following, June 7th. I was notified and asked if I was, in the afternoon, if I was aware the council was being threatened, and we associated this, the council president notified me that to be, just letting me be aware. And I had texted him afterwards, or not texted him, called him afterwards and told him, that there was a man and he didn't seem to be well. And looking at it, and when he had told me about it, it was the same person, so it was Anthony. And I wasn't sure how concerned I should be at the time, only because, I'm not on council. But then it started just escalating a little bit more, and I don't normally get on Facebook, but I did get on Facebook, and I looked just so I could have the knowledge for myself of the posts, and they were very concerning, especially because of his behavior he had when we were had our conversation.
Now, when you said you originally didn't know exactly how to feel about it, how did you feel about it? Were you afraid?
We're very concerned. We have a lot of things that happen at council and people are not happy, so, you're just a little bit more aware with him and his mannerisms. It made me very nervous, that he could potentially come back into City Hall, he can, find me. It wasn't real difficult to, find out where everybody lives or everything. So I was just very nervous that somebody is talking about, as Allison said, the woman on council. I am a woman at council, but I'm not on council, so
So
I
it'd be
didn't
fair
know how
to,
he
you
associated.
would agree that this individual likely does not understand the difference between council clerk and
Correct.
someone on council,
Correct.
because you are also up there.
Right, and had conversation with me, so he knew who I was.
So in your mind, him talking about the woman on council could just as easily be you.
Correct. Yeah, Allison's only 2 seats from me.
Alright, I'm gonna show you what's marked as Petitioners Exhibit C. Would you be able to tell me who posted that?
Anthony Johnson,
And where is he at?
at All Miller Park Pool.
Go ahead and read this, please.
Bare knuckle intro tournament, tickets, Jewish wooden, 5 cents, come one, come all, watch libtards get beat up by an 8-year-old that headbutts. To honor the dog of the community lost last week and his brother, if 5 men don't believe justice to honor his family isn't fulfilled, we will have a Bucyrus attorney also. If 5 libtards don't end up in the hospital, it's your money back guaranteed, and a free pop and popcorn. Can't make the, let's see, fight bareback, I suppose. Team hybrid, Christ is king. Smaller government, less taxes, kids better start laughing and playing again, or like they said, you idiots become the rabbit. With greed, you grow fatter. Just know I see the kids miss a single meal, you dumbass rabbit friends, and you will be stew.
Alright, I've got some questions regarding this.
Thank you.
What is he talking about with the pool? What is going on with it?
I don't know exactly. The bare knuckle intro tournament, since I see that now, this one, when he was in my office and talking about bare knuckle and was, pounding on his finger on my table, he said, he was talking about boxing permit, and so I thought that's what it was, but then he reiterated that it was for anybody that can fight him because of the things that's been happening.
And what has been happening?
He mentioned Joe Biden, he mentioned pedophiles several times, and so I think it's the state of the world and what his perception is.
Would you agree that that Anthony Johnson doesn't believe that there are any Republicans or conservatives up on the city council right now, that he's characterized all of you as pedophile liberals?
From that, that's what I think and what I thought at the time. I don't think he knew.
Now, down here, when he suggests that kids better start laughing and playing again, otherwise you're gonna end up as rabbit stew, what is he talking about with kids playing again?
I honestly, I don't really know. I don't have second guessing kind of hard.
Would you agree that he's talking about the pool didn't open this year?
Yes, I'm sorry, yes, I think I did.
Okay.
The pool not opening, the swimming pool not opening, it being broadcast with incorrect information so that it gets the public the wrong information.
What do you mean wrong information?
Just that the park pool, it was not opening, this year regardless of anything that council was doing, or didn't do, where I didn't get the, legislation to somebody, in the courthouse here, I didn't get it to the courthouse, so, that part of it is, the information going out to the public is that the city council is not opening the pool, and we're doing it on purpose, and that is
Now-
not correct, and so I think that's the
Now,
message he has.
Who keeps perpetuating that information?
I'm not a Facebooker, so it's people through, I think maybe past council members, it was people that come to council, from the public.
But either way, Anthony Johnson believes that the pool should have been open this year, and it wasn't, even though it was never in the budget.
Correct,
And was never gonna be opening up this year, whether we got it on the spring ballot or the fall ballot.
correct,
And he's very upset about that,
correct.
and he partially blames you for that.
Right, he mentioned the pool in my office also.
So, to wind down your questions, on more than one occasion, did you fear for your safety?
Yes, I think he is unstable, could potentially need some help. I mean, I don't know, so I don't want to second guess that, but, I think that he is not stable mentally, that he could, cause harm. And with his interaction with me, I'm just somebody he knows, he might not remember exactly who or what, we discussed or didn't discuss, or, I did not know. And especially when you're referring to, the Madonna and blessing me by the hand of God, because I don't know if he was thinking he was God, if he was thinking that he could do that. I don't know if it was just his greeting. I don't know, but it made me concerned enough. And then with on top of all the others, so to be very nervous, to be a little fearful, and lock my doors. I didn't really, I was more concerned, and I let my family know also, so that, if somebody can find me easily, they can find any of my family.
Okay. I have no further questions for you.
Thank you.
And
Next witness?
at this point, I would like to call Bonnie Welsh.
Mr. Welch, just a reminder to you, you were sworn in, you're still under oath. Mr. Gilbert?
All right. Some of the same foundational questions. Could you state your name for the record?
Yep, Bonnie Walsh.
Can you spell the last name?
Yep, W-E-L-S-H.
All right. Can you tell me how long you've been with the city of Bucyrus?
In August, it'll be 4 years.
And what do you do?
I am the communications director, so I run the Facebook page, our city website, basically any internal, external communications usually goes through me first. And I run our Access TV channel, and I am the public records designee for the city.
Okay. Now, how did you become aware of Anthony Johnson?
He came into my office right after he went to Michelle's office. So I walked in.
There on June 4th?
Yes, on Thursday, June 4th, when he came into City Hall.
Okay. Describe that interaction for me.
Yeah, so it was first thing in the morning, walked through the door, and he basically followed me into the door. So he,
Followed you, what do you mean?
so if you're familiar with City Hall, when you walk up the second flight of stairs, so when I was walking up the stairs, I saw Michelle's door open, so that obviously catches your attention. So I looked up, I kind of tracked him, because 8 a.m., usually not too many people are there other than employees. And he walked past, there's a chair in between the council chambers and the income tax, and he sat right there. So I was like, okay, that's a lot, maybe he's waiting for income tax to open, pay his taxes, not a big deal. So I walked in the door, and he got up and walked in right behind me. My office is in the back of that, so I went back there, sat down on my belongings like I do every day, and he came in, and we had another gentleman in that office. He greeted him, see what he needed, and he found out that he needed a park rental, which is another job that I do within the city, so I took care of that for him. From time he came in to time he left, me and the guy in the office both thought that we need to get him in there as quick as possible, because he was talking, we went from Jewish to Muslims, to again pedophiles and Joe Biden, to how he is gay and had to marry his husband because of something with the military, so it was very erratic. I couldn't really track the conversation we were on in the time frame.
Did you feel like you were in danger at all at that point?
I definitely knew he was erratic and wasn't sure what he would do, so yes, I would say so.
Was he being overbearing at any point?
Yeah, he was pretty much, we have a counter right in there, so anytime I moved, he moved with me as much as he could, so I kinda had to also kinda take a step back, cause I was on
So
my
you
laptop.
increased the distance?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, has Anthony Johnson put in any submissions to you online?
Yes, I have 4 submissions through him
Now,
right
can you
now.
tell me about those?
Yes, I actually have copies of them with me.
Excellent. We're gonna mark this one
This one is the first one that he
Okay.
sent.
we're gonna mark, you've got all 4 of them.
Yes, I
correct?
have all 4 of
Okay.
them.
We're gonna mark that as a bundled exhibit.
Okay.
So, go ahead
Okay.
and start with the first one, please.
Yes, this first one he submitted on Monday, June 8th at 8:43 PM. And it gives me his name, his email address, his phone number, and his physical address. He said, hey, my Facebook account has been hacked on my phone with Chase dealing with credit cards. Both of those accounts were likely accessed from old phone that was stolen, please spelled PLZ, report it and have it shut down. I tried calling it and phone died, so sorry. Definitely not anything a Christian would say. God bless, thank you for all you do. Thanks for letting my Uncle Mike know so he can try and call Facebook and have that shut down ASAP. We'll try calling again when at a gas station and get a charger, thanks. Don't have password to old hawking email to close it down, thanks.
Now, what did you take that to mean? Because this was given, just to clarify the timeline,
Yes.
this was given after the weekend where several of these posts were made,
Yes,
correct?
correct.
Okay, so knowing that, what did you take from that?
I took it as, maybe he was in a, maniac kind of episode over the weekend, and this was him trying to backpedal into saying, oh, that wasn't me, is
Okay.
what I view that as.
Do you believe that to be true?
No, I think it was definitely him.
Okay, let's get to the second one, please.
Mm-hmm. And then, make sure this is all in order real quick. Okay, so the next one he sent in was Thursday, June 11th, so last Thursday at 9:12 PM. With all that same identifying information. He says, I am requesting any surveillance video from Bucyrus City Hall and surrounding public areas on the dates Anthony Johnson was there between his first visit and his last visit that may show my interactions related to the allegations against me. I request that any relevant footage may be preserved from deletion while this request is being processed.
Now, what did you take from that?
It was a very different tone on it, and with me being the public records designee, that the CPO was already in place, so I immediately forwarded it straight to our law director because I felt I should not have any contact whatsoever with him,
Right, now.
according to the order.
Now, it's a different tone.
Mhm.
It seems like he's not trying to backpedal anymore. It sounds like he's trying to explain away
Yeah,
and
right.
actually want to get the evidence and put on a case. But he didn't come today, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, let's get to the third one.
Mhm. This one he sent at 9:16 the same evening, and it is about the same thing, but it says, I am requesting any surveillance video from Bucyrus City Hall and surrounding public areas on June 4th between 6:30 a.m. and 3 p.m. that may show my interactions related to allegations against me. I request that any relevant footage be preserved from deletion while this request is being processed. I would also like consideration of a speedy trial or consideration for Zoom on this date. I don't have a vehicle to attend this.
Okay, and what did you take from that?
It was pretty much the exact same message from before, and just added basically that last sentence, which that information should have been sent to the courthouse. That was my first thought.
Now, let's get to the fourth one, please.
And last one, 9:32, that same evening, and it says, according to a court filing, a city employee reported interactions with an individual who visited municipal offices seeking information about park and pavilion reservations. The filing states that the employee became concerned about the individual's comments, behavior, and repeated contacts with city offices and law enforcement. The employee described the behavior as unusual and said it caused concern about future interactions. The document reflects the employee's allegations and concerns, and it is not by itself a finding of any allegation is true. Also add anything you think is of importance.
Okay. Now, that was after Mr. Anthony had been served with the CPO, correct?
Yes, correct, that was the next evening.
That was the next evening. Now, what did you get from this?
There I can obviously tell that was directed towards me, because I am the one that took care of his park and pavilion rental. And yeah, that point before he really hasn't said anything directly towards me, then he did, so that made me thankful I filed for the CPO even more, but.
Correct. How did that make you feel? Because now at this point, he's actually directing his comments to you after the ex parte had been granted and he had been served with actual knowledge. So how did that make you feel that he was brazen enough to send a message specifically speaking to you after that had transpired?
Yeah, that scared me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm usually not one that gets scared too easily, and yeah, that would make me concerned for me and my family.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what we've got pre-marked as petitioners exhibit E. Could you tell me who posted that?
Anthony Johnson.
And could you please read this? This one's kind of long-winded, but it has, forgive us, this one has to be read as a whole. It's unfortunate.
Okay. It says, as a potential, I'm just gonna spell it, KTUNAXA, and Muslim kids more than willing to behead and then scalp the whole lot of city council, he claims that there are pedos and infidels, love that for him and his people. Got to eventually teach him to say the taxes are way too high also. Anyway, LOL. Mo says he will buy and sell the whole lot of infidels if they try to steal the farmer's land. I think they want to convert the atheist and then hang out and find artifacts with him. LOL, he's a great guy and anyone should trust him, unlike the pedos little Mo heard in the Bucyrus City Council. How much is it for little Mohammed Randy Johnson to open the city pool? He definitely got oil money, so he wants his cousin to be able to swim. I told him about YMCA, but he says Christians are groomers, LOL. Little fucking bastards. July 27th, I'll be there. July 28th is important to us natives that support AIM. Can't rob the farmer with a little farming guy emoji. You will recap what you sow, losers.
So that last one, you will reap what you sow?
Oh, reap what you sow, I'm sorry.
Okay. How did you take that?
I took that he basically wanted to come to this town, fire up and start all over again, aka killing everyone that's in city-related business at all.
So you were concerned when he was talking about scalping a
Yes.
whole lot of city council. Now,
Yeah.
you also are a woman,
Yes.
and you are up there at the city council, even though you are in the booth doing the recordings.
Yeah.
It's arguable to say that you're up there, you're just as much of a target.
Yes, and on occasion, my name does get said, and they point directly to where the camera was at, so it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that I'm back there.
Correct. Now, can you tell me what he's talking about on the farmer's land?
I am not sure whatsoever. My best guess would be what the city's going through with Adam Frizzell's hundreds of parcels up on that north end, but that's
Correct.
my best guess.
I would agree with you on that. Now, do you have anything to do with that?
No, I do not.
Now, that whole incident had to do with mowing of grass, that was the city's. Does that have anything to do with your department?
No,
Does that have anything to do with city council?
not that I'm aware of at least.
Would you agree that Anthony Johnson has no understanding of how city government is organized and that just everybody is in his equal danger? in your opinion?
Yes, in my opinion, yes, for sure.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Any other witnesses?
No other witnesses?
Assuming you're moving to admit exhibits A through E,
Yes.
no one here to object, I'll admit them.
All right.
Can you provide them up here?
Okay. These. Here you go, Your Honor.
Okay. So my decision's gonna come out in the mail in the next couple of days. I have to write up a decision, okay? The emergency order stays in place till whatever that decision is. And I'm assuming with regard to these exhibits, sort of that A through E is for each case?
Correct.
All right. So you guys are free to go. We'll go off the record.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.